Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Ryan Garcia, he just got his win over Javier Fortuna, and the expectations, at least by some, is Ryan Garcia will try to make the Gervonta Tank Davis fight next. Gervonta, he already made it very clear that that's the only fight that he wants right now. Ryan Garcia, he's been promoting the Fortuna fight, talking about nothing but Gervonta Tank Davis. He says that he wants the fight, but then after the fight, he says if he can't get the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, he'll take on Teofimo Lopez, who is coming off of a loss. So Floyd Mayweather, he basically gave an update on the situation when it comes to, I guess we can't even call it negotiations yet, but Floyd Mayweather, he gave his take on the situation, and this is what he said to Fight Hype.
If it's certain things that you want in the sport of boxing, like Ryan Garcia really wants this fight with Tank. So if you really want this fight with Tank, sacrifice. We have to make sacrifices. Even though I know I wasn't a 154 pounder. I knew that. I wasn't a junior middleweight. But I knew there's certain things, sacrifices I have to make. Oscar De La Hoya chose the gloves, chose the judges. He chose everything. The weight class, he chose everything. I knew I was the better fighter. I felt I was a better fighter. And I showed y'all I was the better fighter. So guess what I did? I made sacrifices. So if you feel like you can beat Tank, you the better fighter, then guess what? Make sacrifices.
All right, guys, so this is the biggest problem that Floyd Mayweather is having right now. But not just him. A lot of black fighters that are constantly chasing or pursuing a fight with someone on the hope list. Floyd Mayweather is talking to Ryan Garcia as if Ryan Garcia wants the fight just as bad as Gervonta Tank Davis does. And that is a major mistake, because just the fact that Ryan just recently came out and said, if I can't get the Tank fight, I'll take the Teofimo Lopez fight. That is a clear indication that he does not want the fight as bad as Gervonta does, which means Floyd Mayweather doesn't really have a whole lot of leverage. So when you're basically telling Ryan Garcia, look, you can take it or leave it, Ryan has no problem leaving this fight on the table. You see, it's not like the Devin Haney-George Kambosos situation. George Kambosos, he put Devin Haney in a situation to where Devin really had no choice but to accept all of his demands, all of his terms, because there was too much on the line, and there was no other fight that would have put Devin Haney in the position that he's in now. He's now undisputed. Now all of the fighters that were avoiding him, if they're going to stay at lightweight, they're going to be almost forced to come see the undisputed champion Devin Haney eventually, or just wait for him to vacate and fight for a vacant title. See, when it comes to black fighters, old media is always pushing them to take on the toughest challenges. When it comes to fighters on the hope list like Ryan Garcia, like Lomachenko, like Canelo Alvarez, old media is always encouraging them to take the easiest challenges while still trying to tell the media that they're pound for pound the best, calling them undisputed when they're not, saying things to them even when they don't have any belts, like Ryan Garcia. After Ryan Garcia had beat Luke Campbell, DAZN, Chris Mannix, he was telling Ryan Garcia in the post-fight interview, you call all the shots. You could fight whoever you want, despite the fact that Ryan Garcia hadn't really fought anyone. Max Kellerman, he did the exact same thing with Teofimo Lopez. After Lopez beat Lomachenko, Max, he tells him on his show, you know, you can fight whoever you want. And then he started calling him the undisputed champion, knowing that Devin Haney was the WBC champion, right? But they told him that because old media, they are always trying to encourage fighters on the hope list to avoid the dangerous competition, to take on the easiest challenges so they can continue calling them pound for pound, undisputed, or whatever title they want to make up at the time. So it makes it difficult to play hard to get when Ryan Garcia, he doesn't really want it that bad anyway. When Ryan Garcia says if he can't get a Gervonta Tank Davis fight, he'll try to fight Teofimo Lopez, Ryan is telling you he would be just as happy to fight a guy who just came off of a loss as opposed to fighting one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport of boxing today, arguably the biggest star in boxing today. And if he were to beat him, he would finally receive the respect that he's been trying to get. Right now, no one takes Ryan Garcia serious anymore because he cried wolf so many times in the past. So I think Floyd Mayweather, they should just negotiate behind closed doors, just like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford did. There's no reason to even throw stuff out there saying things like, look, man, you got to make sacrifices. They should be talking about all of this behind closed doors. And most importantly, they should be calling a lot of Ryan Garcia's bluffs when it comes to what Ryan Garcia wants in this fight, just to see how serious he is about making a fight. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got, guys. I'm on to the next one.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp, Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, a before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention, so I Googled it, SMP. Nothing showed up in my area, so I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, can you fix this? And he pretty much said, no problem. My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and about our families and our life, and and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.